Okay, let us begin with the power and bandwidth here. Okay, so yeah, what we can understand from the point of power and bandwidth is so these are the what you can say that basic resources that is required for the EWG channel here, right? Okay, so in the point of what you can say that communication engineer here, how exactly the capacity formula can be uh, given a significance here in this point. Okay, so the main significance of this particular whatever the capacity formula that we have described in the previous few minutes before is that it provides a very what you can say that high level thinking regarding how exactly our communication system is going to perform here. Okay, how, or we can say that our performance of the communication is dependent on the basic resources here, that is our power and the bandwidth which is available in the channel here. Okay, so now let us understand like how exactly this particular uh, signal to noise ratio here. Now, as you can see in the PPT here, okay, signal to noise ratio is given by P divided by N naught into W that has been given here, right? Okay, so now let us understand that, like, let us fix the bandwidth here. Let's try written fixed W here. Okay, bandwidth is in fixed here. Now, how exactly, if at all I have a high signal to noise ratio or low signal to noise ratio, how exactly my capacity is going to vary here. Okay, so let us consider that our signal to noise ratio is very high here. Okay, so how exactly our capacity is going to vary here? As you can see in the equation here, as we have reduced the equation to C is equal to log of 1 plus of signal to noise ratio, right? So now the signal to noise ratio um, for high signal to noise ratio, our capacity could be written as log SNR here. Okay, log SNR could be written here. And remember here, for very high signal to noise ratio, okay, our whatever the curve is there, okay, the capacity curve is there, it is going to vary logarithmically here with the whatever the power that is being given here. Okay, right. And if at all we consider the case of low signal to noise ratio here, what about the capacity here? Okay, capacity usually in this case, what is going to happen in the equation? You can see that C is equal to log of 1 plus signal to noise ratio, approximately equal to signal to noise ratio log e to the base 2 here. Okay, so here there is instead of changing logarithmically in the high signal to noise ratio, here we will have a linear growth here. Okay, linear growth. Okay, with the power here, every 3 dB increase in the power, what is going to happen? There is a doubling of the whatever the capacity is there here. Okay, now as we have learned in the previous concepts like packing spheres is there, no? So if at all we try to pack many bits here, okay, many bits or many code words, okay, in one dimension, this would be a very inefficient method of packing here, as we have learned in the previous case here. So, so this kind of whatever the capacity results are there, okay, which holds good here, okay, uh, from all the fundamental point of the communication schemes here. Okay, now if at all we consider that we are having a very fixed error probability also, what is going to happen? The data rate here for the whatever the quadrature template modulation is there here of uncoded quadrature template modulation also increases logarithmically with the signal to noise ratio. Same thing could be applied with this quadrature template modulation uncoded here. Now let us understand from the point of the dependency of the capacity on the bandwidth here. Okay, it is quite a little bit of complicated one here, but you can see here there are two things that will come into picture here: whether we are having the bandwidth which is very small or the bandwidth which is very large here. Based on that one, again two regions are being defined here. That is, one region is power limited region, and another that we can understand is bandwidth limited region is there. Okay, for the same power received here, or you can say fixed power, as you can see in this particular slide here. I have mentioned as fixed power here. Okay. So what is going to happen when the bandwidth is very small, or you can say very less here, right? So signal to noise ratio per degree of freedom is very high here. Okay, so hence what is going to happen is the capacity is very insensitive here, or you can say it doesn't change much here. Okay, as and when the bandwidth is going to increase here. Okay, so increasing W yields a rapid increase in the capacity here, but increase in the degrees of freedom more than that. So usually it is going to decrease in signal to noise ratio here. Okay, right. So this system itself is called as a band limited regime, you can say, or region, you can say that. Okay, so the capacity is proportional to the total power received across the entire bandwidth. Okay, suppose if at all we consider that the bandwidth is very large here, or you can say bandwidth is at infinity here, right? So what about the signal to noise ratio, degree of freedom here? Signal to noise ratio per degree of freedom is very small in this case here. Okay, so that's why here the capacity, again here also the capacity is proportional to the total received power here across the entire bandwidth here. But here remember it is it is also not much insensitive here. Okay, so here it is insensitive to the bandwidth here. Again the same case is there here also here. Okay. Increase in the bandwidth will have a very small impact here in this case here on the capacity, but there was having certain impact here. Okay, so the capacity is now linear here. Here you can see that power, you can see in this particular figure the capacity is constant from the from after 5 megahertz. You can see here after 5 megahertz, you can see that the power, sorry, the capacity, which is in terms of megabits per second here, CFW is equal to megabits per second is there. That is almost like you can say that is a constant here as and when this bandwidth is going to increase here. Okay, very small impact on the capacity here. Okay. But the same thing is reverse in the band limited region here. Okay, even if there is a small increase in the bandwidth, so there is a larger increase in the capacity here. You can see that. That's why in this case it is called as a, what you can say, the power limited regime here. You can see here, right? As W increases here, what you can say that the capacity increases monotonically here, or you can say as W bandwidth goes to the infinity here, you can have this particular capacity here. That is CFW is equal to P divided by N naught log e to the base 2. Okay, so this is how we can understand regarding the dependency of the power and the bandwidth on the AWGN channel here. Okay, so that has been again written in terms of what you can see that equations here. When signal to noise ratio is less than 1, that is nothing but here your power limited regime here. That's what I explained here. The capacity, how you can write it here. Here it is very insensitive to the bandwidth here, linear in power. Now if at all the signal to noise ratio is very high, that is bandwidth is very small here. Okay, that is what bandwidth limited regime you can consider here. Here the capacity is being given like this, logarithmic in power and approximately linear in bandwidth here. Okay. This is how we differentiate or understand the bandwidth limitation and the power limitation in the topic called as the resources of the AWGN channel here.